Peter's not okay. And neither is Mike. Because we talk about stuff that Mike hates and I love and Peter loves. And
I don't hate. I don't care.
Right. You don't care. It doesn't matter.
Dumb argument.
We talk about things that Mike deems unworthy of this show, beneath him, below him.
Privacy.
Oh, God
the point
forbid.
of the whole show.
God forbid we talk about the point of the whole show. But and we did have some fun. We did have some good conversations. We proved Mike wrong again, always, of course.
That is not what we did
That's
at all.
That's exactly what happened. And yeah, exactly. And then we kind of veered off and just babbled for like 20 minutes. So yeah, tune in. You'll enjoy it.
I'm glad I do the editing, so see what makes it through. We have 2 privacy stories we'll do back-to-back today and tomorrow. We're going to start with the ChatGPT story because that's the one I care the least about, and I want to finish the week strong. But apparently this one is important, so...
Well,
fine.
You know, privacy is important, Mike. Maybe to not to you, but to other people and to, you know, this podcast.
Your 2 friends.
Yeah.
With you here on this journey.
So tomorrow we're going to talk about what people do or don't know about privacy. But I'm going to preempt that by saying everybody should fucking know that there's public stuff is public online. So the article...
They should.
Ars Technica article, ChatGPT is a data privacy nightmare and we ought to be concerned. And the summary of the article is ChatGPT is trained on everything it finds online. And if it finds your personal information, that's part of what it knows, and people could use it. Obviously.
Well, yeah, and this is exactly counter to your point of everybody should know what's going on, right? Because this is going to be a surprise to people. Someone has gone and written an article about this, and other people are going to go, "Oh God, yeah, you're right." Like a lot of people are going to. This is pointing out new things to people.
This is what Peter likes.
Like, how do people not know this?
So okay, well let's back it up a little bit.
Oh God!
So this article I think is really good because it brings awareness to what happens, the consequences of posting your entire life online that isn't paywalled or isn't locked by account privacy settings. So
if you're not watching the video, John, I'm distracting John and Peter with the memes I made.
You are distracting me with memes. Okay,
this one's actually my favorite.
Okay,
that was good. So, but this one actually covers. This one's kind of contextual. It says, "Sure, I gave it to you willingly, but I didn't think you were going to use my personal information like that." Wow. Why is this so if you want to bring back something that isn't this ugly face,
I can keep going for hours.
You're such a boomer sometimes. Like this is the most boomer because it's like aged already. You have to keep up with the.
That's why it's retro, John.
Retro.
It's ironic. Right. That's what the youth says these days.
That ChatGPT is so dope. Like.
Okay.
Right.
If you want the full set of these memes, you can join our Discord server where
wow, that's what you
prepare
did.
These.
You just wanted to plug our Discord channel, which you should join if you want to be in a community of cool people.
I needed to find a way to make this stupid story interesting because, the stuff I share online is being seen.
It is interesting. It's a really good topic to bounce off of, and I'll explain why. Okay.
You do what I'm gonna just read while you're
currently with the information. Fuck, I can't even focus.
Go ahead.
What I want to say
pay attention.
is
this is important.
All I want to say is this. This is the only thing, and then some other things after once I get a reply from Peter or something. We have as a human collective, this race has uploaded petabytes of data to the internet that is freely and publicly available for others to find and crawl and download and make copies of and read. And as the internet evolves and as these tools that we use the internet alongside evolve, this data that we have willingly given up is going to be used in different ways. Now, today, can the data be maliciously used? Maybe. Will it in the future? Probably. Probably. And it's something like when I was 17, let's say, I left a comment on a forum. And on that forum, because I didn't have any foresight, I used my real name, my legal name, as the account handle.
And what
I said
what forums did you hang out on when you were 17?
This is hypothetical. And I said some mean things to a person. That can then be, and that forum is still up, that comment is still up, and now 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later, someone can aggregate this and build a profile about everything that I've said online, if it can be tied back to me, and then used against me, right? And we've talked about this a lot. We've talked about it using one really good example, which was the Roe versus Wade abortion overturn situation, whatever you want to call it.
The geo-tracking and social media posting and all
and
that
what
stuff.
We saw was all of a sudden states, police, prosecutors, basically the state was looking at people's search queries, because you could buy ad data. You could say, who's looking up abortion clinics near me, and track that person based on their ad ID. And like, there could be, you could do so many things, and now your information online is being used actively against you. And this is where it gets a bit tricky. But should you be worried today about bots like ChatGPT being trained on your stupid Facebook comments? No.
But no, everybody's information is already out there.
Okay, can I answer your first question about why don't people know this already? I think because the people who are using this information, the people who want it, go out of their way to hide the impact of
but they do know.
This data being collected. What?
People do know.
Some people do, but I think the story that we're going to do tomorrow is a study that shows that people don't actually know what's going on.
I don't think that's what it shows, but we'll argue about that then.
All right, okay, whatever. But
I did my research for that one too.
They do go out of their way to hide this information. They put this stuff in, fine print in 50-page terms of service.
But that's not even what we're talking about here. That's not what we're talking about here. In this case, we're talking about ChatGPT scouring social media. People know that they post this stuff. Your question was
why? Your question was a general one. You asked why don't people know already that everything they do online is being tracked and put into a big database? People don't realize that. Wasn't that what you were asking? You were kind of like dismissive of the whole kind of privacy thing because you think that people should realize that already.
Well, so maybe there's two categories, right? This article, ChatGPT, is talking about crawling publicly available information, not accessing secret databases or exposing medical information, just what's publicly available because you shared it, or it's maybe somebody who knows about you shared it. I posted, I'm going on vacation with Peter, so now people know you're going on vacation.
Right.
I forget where we were going, but it was a great vacation. You remember that? I got some good pictures. I'll send them to you. So that aspect of it, people know they shared it. They know it's publicly available. They weren't maybe creative enough to imagine how it could be used, but oh well.
Oh, well, okay, then
But it's not oh well, Mike.
We have that now.
This is actually a capitalist problem. This is a uniquely capitalist problem. And you know how I can say that for sure? This is the only time you're going to hear this, Peter. This is because
you are a capitalist.
No. Well, sort of. But no.
Sorry.
It's because you can see what socialist democratic countries and unions are doing to tamper or break these types of predatory practices regarding tracking and collecting all data, just siphoning it up, yum, 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 just eating it all up. And the European Union is fighting this actively. Never again. You won't ever hear me say that again. Ever. That's it.
I really want to say something smug right now, but I'm going to let that pass.
I still think it's a different case. So this is, if I'm in my house, I have an expectation of privacy. But if I go out in public, I lose that expectation of privacy.
Wait, do you have an expectation of digital or physical privacy?
It doesn't matter. If I leave the house, physical. If I leave the house and somebody takes a photograph of me, then they can do whatever they want with it. If I post something in my LastPass vault, then I have an expectation of privacy that's not going to get out. If I post it on my publicly available Facebook page, which as a boomer I absolutely use, with no privacy controls locked down, then I just like if I go outside, should have no expectation of privacy online.
But that photo thing is a good example to me, because do you remember recently there was a thing where Instagram or TikTokers were having their location found because of public CCTV footage. So someone posted a TikTok. Is it a TikTok? I don't know. A video on TikTok, and they do a funny dance. And then someone else went and found the public CCTV footage, which saw them from a different angle, and it had a timestamp on it, and it had the location, and it was kind of like another angle of them doing the, filming themselves. And that feels like an invasion of privacy, because what you're posting, what you're actively sharing is different to what you're passively sharing. Right. And it's very difficult to understand the implications of what's happening with all this passive data. You just don't expect it. The example I've given before is the thing about going to my my local. Oh, this is with a company that's tracking you, really, so it's not really applicable to this. But I don't know. Let's say I take my dog for a walk in the park every day, and I meet the same person there at the same time every day, and they say hi. And then one day we talk about, I don't know, sandwiches or something. And one day they were my favorite sandwich. Oh, that's a nice thing. They've got to know me. It's public information. They see me every day. Or they bought my dog a treat. Or I don't know, something that they can do, which is based on the information they learned about me passively. But then I go into, I don't know, a hotel in Malaysia, and the different guy is there with the same sandwich. That's creepy, but it's still based on public information. It's I don't know. It's weird and doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's definitely how you define public information. But wait, Mike, I just wanted to add something. I've been trying to get this out because it was going to be the last part of my whole rant, which is just to loop it back to capitalism for a second, is that we've handed out these phones, these supercomputers to everyone. Everyone has them. And it's what we've done is we've given the Neanderthal fire.
Yeah.
Okay. In that they can see the usefulness of the fire, but they cannot see that it will burn down their hut if used incorrectly. Did Neanderthals have huts? I don't know. But my point is obviously that we have given them being the masses, humanity, we've given them this amazing new tool. The tool is the internet plus a smartphone. Mm-hmm. And with it, they can do amazing things. But we never taught them the consequences of doing the amazing things. And the consequences of doing the amazing things is having your data collected and abused.
Sure. But like fire, we'll figure it out and we'll make mistakes along the way. And some people will get burned.
But we'll be 20 years behind what's actually happening. We, us three, might know this. Our viewers might know this, but the random grandma in Belgium is not going to have any clue that, whatever. Yeah.
And these articles and the privacy evangelists are the people going, "Hey, fire's kind of dangerous, like, and everyone's going, whatever."
Yeah, I guess my assumption is that the change is actually going to happen on the other side somehow. Okay, but I'll accept it at that. So the other aspect of this, I think, beyond privacy, is actually the copyright implications. because it's also consuming copyrighted material. And I think we talked about this a little bit before that so far the legal precedent has been mixed, but it seems to be leaning towards it's a derived material. So that's getting by.
I had a really interesting conversation with someone in the YouTube comments, Mark, and we were talking about the voice AI. So I had this question of like, is it illegal to impersonate, like for a human to impersonate someone else as a voice actor? Like if I did the voice of Bart Simpson, would it be some kind of copyright infringement? Or even like Samuel L. Jackson or whatever, and I impersonate him, is that legal? It's not, right? As far as I know. But for an AI to do it and steal his job opportunities as a voice actor, that seems wrong somehow. But is that illegal? Like, is it bad? Because I'm basing my output on his voice, and it's identical to his voice, but it's not his voice. So yeah, I don't know. It's a tough question.
If I could train ChatGPT based on publicly available information about me to impersonate me, set that up with a deepfake, or not a deepfake, but like an AI generated avatar of me with a voice imitation of me, plus teach it to do all the things that I do for my job, I could set it up at my computer in front of Zoom and just be on vacation for the rest of my life.
Listen to all the effort Mike is putting through.
I have
opposing. It's a lot of work to not work. Yeah.
If you're you know, I don't know, Mike V2 or Mike GPT was offered a role in a porno, would you let it accept the job if it was like a lot of money?
Would I have that choice if somebody decided they wanted to do that on their own?
No, Peter is giving you the choice.
Yeah.
Right, but that it's not a real choice. It's not a real choice.
Of course it is. Why?
No, it is. It is, and absolutely. Someone comes to me, right?
Because it can be done without my permission either way.
But they're saying we have to have your permission. It's a hypothetical, Mike. Stop ruining it.
Yeah,
it can't.
It's not actually happening.
Would you do it?
Could I do it? Could I do it in real life, or does it have to be the digital?
Would you allow your bot to be used to produce a porno?
I'd say yeah. It's not me.
Guess. Yeah, I don't like. I guess
for a bunch of money.
Yeah.
What else is it going to do?
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just curious because you're not doing it yourself. You probably wouldn't appear in a porn. I'm genuinely not sure now. Anyway, you probably wouldn't do that in real life. But would you let an identical copy of you do it if you did actually have to do it yourself? It was just
for money.
Yeah.
Of course.
Or I don't know, for a laugh.
For it. Yeah, sure.
No. I would have to be driven. I am a capitalist.
So would you be upset if somebody else did it using the same technology without your consent?
Yes.
Oh, without my consent? Yeah, of course.
Of course.
That
should it be illegal?
It is illegal, God. I think. Isn't it?
Is it?
I don't think it's exactly illegal, though. That's what
because there was that whole.
Actors,
you guys remember that whole? This was fairly recent. Like, there's like this whole Twitch drama right now with some really big streamer who got caught watching or looking at AI deepfaked porn of his like coworkers and colleagues that are also really big Twitch streamers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Huge. Yeah.
Wow.
People are the worst.
Yeah.
I bet it was a dude.
But was that actually illegal?
No, I don't think so. But I think now they're looking to, because of this, like people are looking into trying to introduce some sort of bill to ban it because it's similar. It is similar in it's adjacent in parallel to revenge porn, almost.
Yeah. So I guess my question now is it illegal because you're unfairly using someone else's identity?
Likeness is what the word likeness. I think that they used.
Or is it illegal because it's just morally wrong to do that? Like for that, because it's basically revenge porn.
Let's leave answering that question for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answers on a postcard. Join us on Discord if you want to talk about this. Actually, it's all right. This time around, you can stay off Discord.
Yeah, we had some conversation yesterday. Discord was on fire yesterday. talking about China, Discord, the company, and American surveillance on. I mean, I guess not just Americans. Presumably, China spies on other countries, right? Do they use TikTok outside of the U.S.? Are there places outside of the U.S.?
Yeah, yeah, they do.
What?
I think in Peru, in particular,
Yeah.
they're it's a popular.
I heard they're at war with the UK.
There have been people in the UK government who are talking about banning TikTok as well. Thanks, America. Yeah, but TikTok.
That's something we don't hear enough.
TikTok was great yesterday. Discord was fun.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Be back tomorrow with another story about what Americans do, should, or shouldn't know.